Chases, former host of Cop Block Radio, and contributor to Free Talk Live and LRN FM, Liberty Radio Network, and copblock.org. But there's this viral video, 4 years old, on an 8-year-old that got assaulted by an officer, Dean Wright. A couple weeks prior to that video, I caught this cop sleeping in his cruiser. There was an injunction filed. It was granted, and then there was a settlement that ended up dropping any charges or whatever. And through the Concord, New Hampshire Training and Standards, there was exigent circumstances on why he fell asleep, and why he was acting the way he was acting. Maybe it's mental health related. They close all those type of things to the public. You can't get it from a 91A, which is New Hampshire's version of a Freedom of Information Act request. But he did get fired, only to be rehired by North Walpole, New Hampshire Police. There was some disciplinary action through the court, and there was a settlement made with the town of Winchester for hitting the kid. So the details of the issue with the cop, okay? This is a 4-year-old thing, so I'm going off of memory. So an 8-year-old kid basically had soda inside of a bag. He wrapped the bag around his bike, and he jumped the curb, and the bag broke. So one of the cans hit the ground and shot across the street and hit the car and the tire. The lady, who's friends with Dean Wright, called the police, and Dean showed up. And at that moment, he came across the street, because like the police department's like right across from where this happened. So former Sergeant Dean Wright came across the street, lifted the kid off his bike, held him by his neck and his shoulder onto the wall. I was actually driving by with a friend. I'm like, oh, shoot, give me your phone. So I ended up grabbing his phone and sticking it in my pocket. I wanted to capture the audio and the schematics of what was going on, but there was first-hand accounts of on the audio of people keep saying, oh, show your camera right, blah blah blah. Dude, I've been doing this like 15 years, so save it. If you don't like the video, just don't watch it. I wanted to capture, audio evidence of how the cop responded. And I did. So when a cop is in an act like that, showing the camera up front in his face, he's going to show a different side of himself. If he doesn't think the camera's on, he's going to show his true side, and it showed his true side. So if people want to really go after cops, take some hints, because, he got fired. 33 cops are responsible for being unemployed because of how I do things, because I like to file in courts and help people go after them legally. And we do not condone cops being shot. We don't condone cops being killed. We don't like them hurt. We go after them using the courts and the confines of the people, because we believe that the people have jurisdiction over the police, because we pay for them. It's a service that we're forced to deal with. If they're around, that's the only service we have, unfortunately. I already gave the last update on how I feel about police and stuff, but there's the update. He's now a police officer part-time at North Walpole, and they only have like 3 police officers there. I think that's like the retirement home for bad cops, maybe. I don't know. But that's where he's at, and he got fired a long time ago, and a settlement happened like 3 years ago. I guess the father filed suit, and they had to deal with the state. If the settlement went through, no charges were being brought. But, I did put him under citizen's arrest, so I'm responsible for filing in Superior Court. You're allowed to do that here, even though you don't detain them. I don't advise you to try to detain a cop when you put him under citizen's arrest, but they do need to listen to it. And if they don't adhere to it, they can, face sanctions through Superior Court, especially in New Hampshire. But you got to remember, you can only put anybody under citizen's arrest if there's a felony. And that was assault on a minor younger than 13, and it's aggravative, and he caused bodily injury. So that is a felony here. So you can, and it got granted. It was like all over the place. And now I'm going to go after Josh English, Officer Josh English. He tackled a kid at Keene, New Hampshire High School a year ago. He was actually waiting for him in the bathroom, and it was something to do with a vape. He ignored his commands while in the bathroom, which I don't think he should. He was a 15-year-old boy, and then he ended up tackling him and wrestled him to the ground, and nothing was done. They said, oh, he was in response of his duties or whatnot. Well, anyways, his son is now a student at Keene State. Keene High School, and he's still the liaison officer there, and I think that's a conflict of interest, if you ask me. So, Josh English, I'm coming after you. I'm going to exploit you as the dirtbag that you are, because you're the only one in New Hampshire that's killed somebody in the last like 20 years for no reason. He's got a death under his belt, and he's got a trigger finger, and he likes to, he's not very good with people. He shouldn't be on the street. He should be on desk duty, or maybe better off, flipping burgers at McDonald's. So next time I see him, I'm going to give him an application for a fast food restaurant, because he shouldn't be a cop, especially in Keene High School. Since my kids are they're getting into middle school, I don't want him nowhere near children. He shouldn't be there. So if anybody has any complaints about cops in New Hampshire, shoot them my way, and I will exploit them. I will put a camera in their face, and I will go after them. Feel free to leave a comment, hit a like and subscribe, and be safe. And hopefully everybody does what they feel they should do with the mask thing. I think it's a personal preference. Nobody should be fighting over it. Just be peaceful and be kind to one another. But if I can figure out how to shut this thing off, that would be a really good thing.